Okay, so now I think I'm ready to start thinking about colours. So I'm going to work in the background. You see in the background in the original photograph, there's some foliage, trees, leaves. I'm just going to give like an impression that there's some trees and foliage going on in the background. So I'm going to mix a green. I've got my ultramarine blue here with some yellow. So I'm mixing a bit of green now. Yeah, what I feel it's important to have a good combination of different greens going on, just to give it a bit more, so it doesn't look so flat. You see, so I like there to be a balance too. So because I put this tone of green here, I should have it on this side too. Maybe a little bit of it going on down here, there. Okay. Going with some yellowy green. Probably make these areas in the corners and on the sides a bit darker. Like that, that's not too bad. But yeah, I find when I'm painting in a contemporary style, lots of colours and all that, I tend to paint the background first. But when I'm painting more traditional type paintings like this, realistic or whatever, I find myself drafting out the subject first and then going in with the background later. I just do what I feel, really. I did think about painting this in a contemporary style, but I wasn't really feeling it. I thought it'd look a lot more appealing, more of a traditional style, more flattering, So yeah, I'm just working these areas in. I'll probably speed up the videos to tad now, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. So, okay, I've noticed that this area here needs to be pulled back some. Needs to come out here, so I'll work in some more green for the background and try and correct this arm here. But yeah, right now what I'm thinking about is, although I might change the background somewhat as we go, I'm more concerned about contrast now. So I want to, I want this arm to stand out from the background. So because this arm is so light here, you can afford to go in dark, just like on the photograph. Here, so this arm pops out more. Could probably go in a bit darker than that, but for now I'm just concentrating on correcting this arm. Something like that, I think. Bring it back a little more. This arm here might need to be a tad wider. But as you can see, I like to work the whole image at the same time, and eventually it all comes together. This area here a bit darker, so this arm pops out a bit more. But yeah, I think that's okay for now. Okay, so I think I'll tidy this area up here, around her hair. That green a little bit lighter. So we've got some contrast between the hair and the background. It needs to be a little bit lighter than that. Not too bad. Come out, blend that out a little bit. So, green. It's okay, I'm painting over the crown a bit here, but that's okay. I can, just enough so I can see through this layer of paint, so I'll be able to paint that back in pretty easy in a minute. Make this area over here a bit lighter. definition. Okay, I think I might make this area down here a little bit darker. That's a bit light, but here we go. Just so you got enough definition, you know, I mean contrast between the dress and the background. And this part of the dress to pop out. Could do with being a bit darker, this. You know, that's something I can sort out later. Just to balance it out, that's all. Okay. Right, I think I'm ready now to work back into the portrait. I've just noticed this arm here should fall, or the elbow, should fall about here. I'm just going to tweak this area here. Looks about right. I'll blend this out a bit. Get that green a bit lighter. Swing the arm around and get in a little bit here. Yeah, I think I can work with that for now. And then I'll come back to the background later. Background's not finished yet, it's just, you know, you just see it all come together. Okay, so what I want to do now is really concentrate on this side of the head. I'll try and tweak this and get it, you know, as in proportion as I can, get it as accurate as I can, and then it should all come together quite nicely. So for this bit, I'm going to use a smaller brush, another flat brush like this, a flat brush rather, you know, a smaller one, it's about what, half an inch wide. So with the black, mixing a browny blacky colour, not too black because you don't want black in the portrait. You know, there's no such thing as black. Especially, you know, when you're painting in a contemporary style, you can get away with painting in black in some areas, but when it comes to traditional like this, art critics, they'll have a field day with you if you use black. So okay to use black to mix your darker tones or whatever, that's fine. Just don't use, you know, straight up black, because nothing's black. Really fine-tuning areas now. This is giving my darkest tone, I feel. What comes around there, just push that out a bit. doing now is I'm drawing with my eye. I'm not measuring, not doing all this business. You don't really need to do that at this point. You've basically got the draft out. It's just about fine tuning areas. So I'm seeing, you know, it's just drawing with your eye. This part here comes out here, comes down there a bit. This needs to be greened out here. We'll do that in a bit. Hair seems to fall like this. I'm blocking the darker area here, and the chin, the jawline. So yeah, I think this will be my darkest colour tone. And I'll just go from this. Yeah, I'm just going to tweak the hair, and I'll probably speed this video up now, and I'll get back with you in just a minute. Okay, so now I'm going to tweak her face some more. I feel this side of the face needs to come out a little bit more here. So this time I'm using a round head brush, smallish. So yeah, I think I'll speed this part up a little bit. But yeah, what I'm doing now, I'm just fine tuning areas, you know. I'm starting to work out the colours now, concentrating more about that, and at the same time I'm still tweaking areas, making sure everything's in proportion, well, as close as I can get it. I still need to work out these eyes, they still need to look a little bit too small. I'm not sure if they're too low down, but I'll be able to work that out in just a sec. The ears need to be brought down lower, so if they're to be brought down lower, I think the nose might need to drop down just a touch. But you know, these are things we work out as we go. Right now, I'm just concentrating. You know, I think I'm going to concentrate on getting these eyes right, and then I'll go off that then. So I'll speed this up a little bit again. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a blown up picture of her face for this part. Yeah, whenever you're working from photographs, it's always important to make sure it's a high-res image. The one I had on the wall was not high-res, so I couldn't really see the face that well. Anyway, as you can see, well, I'm not sure if you can, at this point, it's about, that's why it's important to train your eye to be able to see defects, and so you can correct. So it's easy for you to correct, your paintings and your drawings, etc. So right off the bat, I can see the eyebrows are pretty spot on, they're okay at the top. The eyes need to be bigger, they need to be more open. See how that's about right, there's more of an oval here. The nose needs to be brought down a bit, which means the lips will be brought down a bit. This side of the jawline here needs to start about here. The ears need to drop down as well, obviously, a little bit. So the jawline will swing more in this way, and a face here, the hairline would, on this side of the face would come down here more. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be playing around with now, tweaking her face, get the likeness as spot on as I can, and then everything else should flow pretty quickly, I think. So here we go. Okay, so start tweaking her face a little bit. Again, at this point, I'm not so bothered about getting the colours spot on because, as you can see, I've got to tweak areas. But yeah, and by the way, I blend all my own colours. I don't buy ready mixed colours, apart from primary colours, red, blue and yellow, and you've got white and black. When I'm painting in contemporary styles and abstract, I might buy ready mixed colours then, like oranges and greens and different shades of blue. But when I'm doing traditional, I like to blend my own colours. That's something that comes over time too. You can instinctively mix colours pretty easy. It's not, it doesn't come naturally. You've got to learn it. And anyway, I'll get back to this. Diluting my paint a little bit. Yeah, I really want to work on this eye, this one here. So it comes out a bit there. Right now I'm using a pretty thickish brush for this area. Not too fussed on tidying up the lines yet. I just want to make sure I get the general marks down for now. So I guess it'll come down to there like that. Okay. Let's put our eyelid in here. A little bit of black. Yeah, a little bit of black, put in the eyelid, eyelashes. Comes up to about there, swings down to about there. It's not bad. Okay, I'll put in this part of her eye here. Just tone it down a little bit here. Okay, and then with a little bit of white, I'll paint in the iris so I can see where that is. It's about there, you see. Needs to be a little bit darker, but at this point I'm more concerned about drafting it out as accurately as I can. And I'll go in and touch up areas, you know, colours especially. But yeah, I'll put in this side of the eye into the iris. The darkish red, browny colour, ready. And the pupil. Well, yeah, her eye. Bring that in so it comes out. Yeah, looks not too bad. Just rinse my brush. Get a bit of white. His iris is a bit more prominent. Okay, get a little bit black. Bring down the eyelash a bit more, or eyelid. As you can see, it comes down to about there, so about halfway. I need to mark out the corners of her eyes. Actually come over there a little bit more. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, I'll move on to the next eye, and then later on I'll tweak this eye a little bit more again. And so here we go. I think I'll use a peachy colour, light peach, just to get rid of this area here. Okay, a little bit of black. Paint in. Just bring it down a bit more here. Yeah, it becomes a little bit, it's on a horizontal line too. This eyelash is level with that one. It just slightly comes up a little bit. So it's about right. Okay, I think I'll paint in iris. So a bit of white. Okay, looks like an eye will start out here. So again, make sure it's all level. Yeah, that's about right. Swings around here like that. Iris here. Yeah, I'm sorry if you're having trouble hearing me. I do intend to get a mic. You know, for now I'm still pretty new at doing these sort of things, talking over my paintings and drawings. Anyway, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I think I'll paint her eye. You know, on the photograph, her eye and eyelids, eyelashes look like the same colour. So this is where the camera lies. So later on, I'll paint her eyes maybe just a little bit lighter, so there's some contrast between the eye and the eyelashes. For now, I'm just really more concerned about getting, you know, getting it drawn out as accurately as I can. That doesn't look too bad. So yeah, just keep stepping back, having a look. It looks like this eye needs to move slightly to the left. So I think I'll just bring it over here a little bit more. And then, because I've done that, this part of the iris needs to come out here. Okay. I'll just paint in the bottom of the bottom eyelid. Swings around like that. See, and swings. Like that. So, okay, I'm just painting the crease around the eyelid here. Give it some more definition. Okay, that's not too bad for now. This eye still seems to be a little bit big, but I think it might be because, well, obviously the face looks a bit too small. But so for now, I'll leave that, and I'll come back to that once I've tweaked the nose and the mouth. So I think I'll speed this bit up now. I think you can kind of understand what I'm doing. So I'll be back with you in just a minute. I'm correcting the nose. I know it doesn't look very flattering right now, but right now I'm just more concerned about getting it drawn out as accurately as I can. Then I'll go back and correct the colours. So I've brought the nose down a bit more, and this area here needs to come down a little bit more. See, because I've brought the nose down, now the mouth needs to be brought down, so I'm just blending a little bit of, I'll mix a little bit of a fleshy tone, a light tone for this bit, and a little bit of white, well, whitish. I'll paint this out because the teeth look like they're going to be about here. Okay. Now I'm painting the lips with a little bit of red and white, mix them together, make some pinkish colour. Okay, so corner of the mouth would start just on the side of the pupil, not directly through the centre of the eye. So it's going to have to come across. So that here, I'll darken that area now so you can see it. Okay, kind of like that. opposite side. This one almost goes directly through the centre, about there. Okay, and mouth is pretty straight, so yeah, that's where that mark is where it needs to be. So, the paint's starting to dry out, so I'm just going to wet it a little bit. Okay, a bit of pink for the lips. I'll go in. So top of the lip here needs to be about there. Yeah, it comes about there. Swing that around. Drop the lip down a little bit here. Okay, so put some teeth in. Yeah, I think that's okay for now. I'll put in the bottom lip. It's going to be right there. Swings up here like that. Okay, then with a lighter pink, I'll in this area. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, so that's, that's a rough draft of the mouth, so I'll go back in now, tweak areas. Later on I'll go in with a finer brush, tweak everything out. But for now I just want to concentrate on getting it drawn out, so yeah, this top lip needs to be about there, like that. Around. I think it doesn't look too bad. In fact, I might have to move the mouth up just a touch, but right now I need to go back, tweak the eyes again. Well, no, not right now. I'm just going to tweak the nose out and work in this area here, and then move back down to the mouth. Yeah, I mean, the mouth, I haven't got our expression right in the mouth. That's okay. For now, I'm still, I've gone back to basics again. I'm drafting it out. So I'll speed this up a bit. I'll work in the mouth area, back to the nose, and I'll be back to you in just a minute. So anyway, I will just work in that background. So I'm going to mix up some more green. Yeah, you see this bit here. Come down to yeah, about there like that. Bring it up. Needs to be a little bit darker than that, but something we can sort out later. For now, I'm just making sure this arm's correct. Yeah, kind of like that. I'll have to go in with some flesh tone for the arm in a bit. Tweak it up. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because of this, because I've done that, this side of the arm's going to need to be thickened up again. You see, this is why I don't go in too big when I draft out. The way I work, I give myself enough leeway, you know, for later to fix these errors without, you know, and at the same time keeping a decent composition. But yeah, that's something that just comes over time, practice. Nobody taught me that. That's just something that works for me. It's hard to explain, but yeah, I'm basically just showing you how I go about painting a portrait, you know. Okay, so I'm just going to work in this area of the dress a bit more, because put in some detail. See how it comes out there. Okay, so that comes down there. Comes out there. Might be a bit too much, but that's okay. I'll fix that later with some green. Okay. Yeah, actually. Yeah, I'll paint back in the hair later. Okay. And when we come down to about here, yeah, I noticed this comes, the side of the waist comes out like that. It's not bad. I mean, the thumb probably still needs to be pushed back a little bit more, but we can sort that out later. It's not really a big deal, you know, but I guess I'm being a bit of a perfectionist. Okay, so I think I'll paint in this area of the dress. It seems to come over, what, about here, flicks up. Not bad. Paint out these blue areas here. You know, the drafting lines I put in the early stages. You know, in part one, that video. So yeah, just paint these out. That one. Anyway, I'll leave these here because that's my guide. So yeah, I think I'll fix this arm here. So I'll mix up some paint for that. Not too fussed if the colour is correct. Again, I'm back to sketching it out again. So yeah, it comes to about here. This side of the arm, put some highlight. Yeah, I'll push that out a bit. Okay, yeah, I think that works. Yeah, I might need to drop it down a tad more. That's good for now. I'll green that out in a bit for the background. Actually, I'll do it now. Actually, I should make that green a bit darker. Yeah, that's okay for now. I'll sort that out later. Okay, so I think, looking at it, I think the hair here needs to come down a bit further. So I'll work that in now. Just mix up almost like a brownie ready colour, very dark colour. got to that right. Okay. Okay, and then with the darker tone, I need to paint underneath the hair here. This comes out to about there. Actually, I think that might need to be brought down a little bit. Let me have a look. See, this lines up with this bit here. Lines up with this bit here. I think it comes out far enough. So yeah, about to about there. Yeah, it needs to be brought down just a touch, probably about there. Okay. And then sort out the curvature of the dress. Just come around like that. Back around. Might need to bring the dress out a bit more. So I'll get some white. Okay, I didn't clean off my brush that well, but that's okay. Later on I'll work into these areas some more. Oh, actually that came out okay. I thought it'd be all brown and black mixed in with that white. Okay, so let me see. About here. Dress swings around like that. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, yeah, I've noticed this part of the, yeah, there we go, now I'm getting that. Yeah, my brush was dirty, the white's a bit brown, it's okay. Right, yeah, I noticed this bit here because the dress, the torso bit back here swings like this, so these fingers need to push back a little bit more, so I'll just push that out. Okay, like that. I think I'll add a little bit of blue to this dirty browny white I've made, and then I can look in these areas here. These are kind of grey bluey colour in the dress. And I can brush out these light blue guidelines I made earlier in the first video. So go check that out if you haven't seen it already. It's pretty interesting, you see how I draft it out and everything. Yeah, it's not too bad for now. Yeah, I'm definitely going to clean my brush and go in with some white so I can bring out the dress more. Here. So, okay. So yeah, I think I'll do that now. I'm going to speed up the video and I'll be back with you in just a minute. Okay, so yeah, I just blocked in a few of the light areas in the dress, and now I think I'll go in with some white, work in the tiara a bit more. Yeah, I think it looks about right. It might need to be dropped down at top, so I might start about here. See, the hair line at the top of the head might need to be dropped down a touch too, so that's what I'm going to do. Just for now. I just want to define the tiara a little bit more, and then I'll work in. I'll get back to working into her face a bit more, because the nose and the mouth, looks a bit awkward. And then I think once I've done that, I'm ready for the next stage. So. Need to go up a little bit more, a bit higher up, or the crown needs to be brought down a bit more. But yeah, it's not perfect, but I'll tweak this later. For now, I'm just, just want to define it some more, so something to go off. I think it comes about here. Okay, so yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'll work into her face a little bit more now, especially her nose. So I'm going to try and mix the right shade of peach, I guess. Not too bad. Could do with being a little bit lighter. Yeah, we'll go with that one for now. This time. Okay, so yeah, this part of the nose swings around here like that. Yeah, I'll work from this photograph for now, and then later on when I put in more details, I'll use that enlarged photograph I have. Yeah, already that nose looks a lot better. Just need to make sure I have the thickness right. Okay, bring this portion of the nose down a little bit, to about there. We're working the nostrils a touch. Like that. Yeah, I think I put a little bit of a shadow beneath the nose here. Kind of comes down to that there. Just keep standing back to see if it's, yeah, looks more or less in proportion. But yeah, if you remember earlier on, I had a problem with her eyes, they were too close together, so I'll just see if I'll be able to determine whether or not the gap, the space between her eyes is correct or not by this area here, the nose here looks about wide enough, but if I put in some shadows here on the side of the nose like in the photograph, I should be able to determine whether or not I've got the spacing correct or not. Yeah, it looks not too bad. Yeah, later on I'll go back this area of the face, you know, add more details to the eyes and nose, but for now I'm more concerned about making sure everything's in proportion. Yeah, the mouth doesn't look too bad. I could do with, yeah, bringing the lip down a touch here, so I'll go in with a lighter flesh tone, just so I can paint out some of this lip. They kind of come at an angle like that. Okay, you have to concentrate for these parts. Yeah, it's not too bad. A bit, because the cheek's going to be about here. The lip here needs to be more straight than that. But let me just see if the gap between, the space between the bottom of the nose and the top of the lip, I can't remember what you call this area of the face now, so I apologise for that. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad, so I'll mix a little bit of pink for the lip. Make it look, I'm not too fussed about if I get the colour right at this point. I just want to make sure it's drawn out properly. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, I'll put in some teeth, so I'll go in with a bit of white. This part of the lip is thin, the way it goes, the corners up at the end. You can see the smile starting to come together now. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, I'll make a light pink for the bottom lip at the top. Okay, I'll go in with a bit more white, just to have a contrast between the teeth and this bottom lip. Okay, that'll work for now. I'll make a darker pink for the bottom lip. Swing it around there like that. Yeah, just like I was doing earlier, but you know, I'm just going back and correcting everything now. So it's basically it's basically what I'm doing at this point. It's just a lot of trial and error. You know, eventually you'll get it. You just got to keep persevering. Yeah, I think it's coming together okay. I think I'll flesh out this part here. Just soften it up. And again on this side. Going with a dark tone now for the corners of the mouth. Yeah, I should really be using a finer brush for these parts, but later on when I work into it I will. For now I just want to make sure it's drawn out. Okay. Yeah, there's the corner of the mouth. Yeah, I think the smile's coming together. It looks pretty much similar. So yeah, I think that's good for now, this area. Now I need to sort out a jawline here. So I'll go back in with okay, my brush is all dirtied up, so I'll clean my brush, wipe it on my clothes. Okay, I'll go with this so just brushing this area here. Yeah, it looks a bit too wide here. That's okay. I'll go in with a darker tone for the hair and just a bit paint that out. But this part of the chin needs to be, jawline needs to be dropped down a bit like that. And again on this side, I think. Yeah, I guess jawline's pretty tricky because if it's not just one part, just one wrong part could throw the whole thing off, you know. But I think, yeah, the jawline is very important for me. I always try to get that as perfect as I can. So okay, I'll go in with a darker tone now for the hair because I want to paint out this side of the face more because it's not right. Okay, it needs to curve more. Starting about here. I also need to drop down her ears more. The ears need to come to about there. I'll do that in just a sec. Yeah, I think that looks okay. This part here where the neck is, I think this needs to come in a bit more here. Just round that off a little bit. Okay, neck would start about there. Just gonna bring that in a bit. Just curve it. Yeah, the neck needs to be more curved. And I've just noticed this part of the hair here needs to come a bit more over here, so I'll paint that in here. Kind of like that, maybe a bit more. Yeah, this line needs to be darker, so I'll darken that up now. Yeah, this is an area I'm going to have to tweak later. It's pretty tricky. Something like that. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, so with a bit of green, I'm going to mix a bit of green. I'm going to bring down the top of her head. The top of her head looks to be a little bit too high now because all these corrections are made. So I'm going to, looks like it would fall about, yeah, come to about here. So just paint that out. With this shade of green for now. This will probably change later. The hair here is more curved, so I'll come in a bit like that. Okay. Right, and now I think I'll paint this blue out. That drafted line I made earlier. So this is going to be a, what's the colour of the dress? It's kind of like a bluey, grey, white colour, so very light. So with a bit of blue and a little bit of white and just a touch of black, you should be able to mix that tone. Well, I've got a bit of green in this because Okay, and address here. It comes. Okay, and I think I'll paint in her ears and bring them down a bit further. So, where's the tip of the end of her nose is here. The ears come to almost in line with the bottom of her nose. So, what about there? Kind of like that. They need to be a little bit darker than this. Kind of like that. Stand back. See, here needs to come down a bit further. About there. But yeah, that's good for now. Later on, when I go back in and tweak everything, I'll just define this here a bit more with some hair. This one here too. Smudge that in. Okay, it's looking alright. Okay, and now I've noticed this necklace needs to be dropped down more. This area of the chest, there's more of it in the reference picture, so I'll work that in. Again, not too fussed if the colours are, exact at this point. I'm drafting this area still, this bit, making sure it's correct. Yeah, this area needs to come over a bit more. Okay, so this drops down to about there. Yeah, I think that's okay. So with some white paint, I'll paint back in the necklace. Yeah, it looks like the top of the necklace would start about there actually. So this part of the hair has to be brought down a touch. So yeah, I'll put these in pretty thick. I like a bit of texture in my paintings. I think I'll put some texture in this necklace, make it come off the canvas a bit. I'll just wipe that out with my finger. It's not too thick. But yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Okay, so now I've done that, I can see here, actually let me just bring this necklace out a little bit more, to about there, and it drops down there. Okay, because I've fixed that area, I've just noticed this part of the dress needs to swing up a bit. Might need to stop about there. Maybe there. Okay, yeah, this is not too bad. And this part of the arm, where the elbow bends at the back, I think it needs to fall about there, so I'll just mix up some peach colour. And then I think that'll be part 2 done with. Okay, well my camera actually died just as I was painting in this side of the arm and tweaking these areas here, so I apologise for that. But it's coming together nicely now. It's drafted out, more or less okay. It's just a matter of now going in and tweaking areas, changing the colours. I might make the background lighter than what I've done it here. I'm not too happy with these shades of green I've used, so I'll probably go in and soften that up, as well as soften up the flesh tones and everything else. So yeah, again, thank you for watching and bearing with me, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and look out for part 3. Take care.